Okay, today we're going to look at creating an observation form. So I suggest you go to your Google Drive. We're going to make a new folder for all your observations. So I'll click on the new. Let's go to new folder and create the folder. Inside our folder, um, we want to create our form. So we'll go up to the new button again, go down to more, and find Google Forms. And top left, we want to name our form. So I suggest that we be specific and we make sure we put in the year and perhaps the semester, unless, of course, you're going to make a template first and build them off of that. But we'll go 2018, semester one, and then the course code for the observations for this class. When I click on Untitled Form, it automatically copies that. All right, our first question should be student name, just so that we can identify the student for our observations. I'd like to make this a drop-down box on my form so that I can sort the data and the data is constant. All right, so drop down. I have all the names on a spreadsheet, so I'm going to copy the names and I'm going to paste them in. Probably could copy this from your Power Teacher as well. When you paste this into the form, they appear. You can rearrange them if you'd like, but there they are. And I'm also going to make sure that this is required because for every observation, I do want a name. All right, the second question tends to be our observation. If you wanted a single observation, then we can put in whatever observation this is. Or if you wanted to do multiple observations, we could do a multi-grid checklist. So I'm just going to do a single type of observation. So I'll call mine observation category 1. And now I also, again, want to make this a drop down. And you can put in, and the reason for that is so that I can search and I can make all of the data look the same. I can put in codes. Again, this is my form. So as long as I know what the codes mean, but I could be a little bit more detailed. If I go down to description, I could put in what those codes mean. So T is for terminology, C is for clarity. Here we go. I'll just paste this in. All right, and you could reorganize this. I could also put in the full word, right? Whatever suits your fancy. There we go. So I could rearrange this as needed, alphabetical order, whatever the case may be. And I, again, would make this required. All right, next question. Based off of that category, let's talk about how we're going to level the student. All right, and again, for data consistency, I'm going to make a drop down and I'm going to enter the levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and also an R. You can arrange them however you want. I'd probably arrange them the other way around, but this will do for now. All right, and again, I'd want this to be required on my form. Okay, yeah, and again, you can decide whether or not you want all the questions required or not, as it's your form. All right, the next one. I always like to have a general comment, or at least the option of writing a general comment. So I'll put that in there. And I'm not going to make that one required because I don't always want to put in a comment. But I do also want the option to upload evidence, which could be a picture or a file or a video. I do like to use my cell phone where I do have the options of creating a video or a file. So I want to add a file upload section. And it just says here that you're going to, everything is going to be saved to your Google Drive. So I hit continue. And the default here are pretty good. I don't think I'm going to exceed the maximum file size of 10 megabytes. And I'm not going to make this required. All right, top right-hand corner, let's take a look at the settings. So we're going to go to the gear, and by looking at the settings, this is my form, so I don't need to collect email addresses, and I don't need to restrict this to DDSB. I mean, I'm the one who's using it, so, and I definitely do not want to limit to one response. I think we're fine there. We can save top right-hand corner. Presentations, I don't want to shuffle the questions, and I do want to show the submit other response. Okay, and I don't want it to be a quiz. Hit save. Don't forget to hit save. All right, so here's what it does look like. Let's preview this. So I'm going to have student name. There are my students. Observations, a reminder what each one is. Pick a level. All right, I can put in a comment if I'd like. And if I had a picture, and submit other response. Okay, so I'm going to go to responses and I'm going to click the spreadsheet button, which allows me to create a spreadsheet for this form. Or I could link this to another spreadsheet that I've already made, perhaps a semester. So all of my observations are in one place. All right, I already have some data on my spreadsheet. I've entered some. So let's talk about how you would organize this data. Towards the top left, right here, if I click on this, it'll highlight the entire sheet. And then I'm going to go to data and I'm going to sort the range. All right. Now, when I sort the range, I do have a header at the top, and you'll see all of the titles are now listed here. I'm going to sort it by student name. And then after the name, I do want to sort it by observational category. And if I wanted to, I could do it by level after that. I don't think it's necessary, but we can. All right. And then when we hit sort, you'll see that it has rearranged all the data. So first by student name, then by observational category. And you'll see that I have a couple Chris S's there and some data, so I can very easily determine whether or not the student is sitting at a level 3 or 4 just by looking at the data. I can do some calculations also. All right, you can also, beside the gear, we can change some fonts or some themes, some colors to suit to your needs. All right, send. Let's get this going. So we can link. So there's a fairly long link that we could use, or if I wanted to shorten it, I click on the shorten URL and I copy it. Now this link allows me to put this into an email so I can send it to myself, so I can open this on my phone, or if you put this in a new tab, then you can open up your form on your computer, and you can also take this link and drop this into your bookmark bar. And then it'll always be there for you to make quick observations and enter your data. Okay, so nice and easy to find. All right. The other thing that you could do is you could take that link and you could drop this onto your desktop. As I said, I wanted to use mine on my cell phone, and I will probably use it in a different way, but that works. All right. Thanks for watching.